boys and girls? Welcome back to the channel. We got the Serpent here today, and today's video is going to be the official how to wheelie an e-moto. Let's get right to it. All right, so let's start off with some warnings and some things not to do. All right, so first thing first, depending on your skill level, I highly recommend that you start off in a lower power mode. So here on the Serpent, I like to be on drive. Drive's a nice sweet spot, but if you're starting off, maybe you go to eco, okay? Maybe you keep it here, but that's all preference. But for the most of you that are watching this, I'm guessing you are new to this, so put it in the lower power section. That's first warning. Second warning, make sure your brakes, your rear brakes are maintained. Make sure that they are maintained. And please, my brother in Christ, my brother and sisters in Christ, keep that finger on the trigger, always on the lever, always, all right? Another warning, if you watch this video and you go out and practice and the bike gets away from you and you just over throttle and you don't listen to my steps and it starts to whiskey, just let the bike go. I always watch these videos. And people just hold on to the bike and just Superman it. Don't do that. Just let the bike go and let it just fall on its own, and you won't get it in that. All right, so those are my 3 warnings. Now let's get to the steps. Here's another warning for you guys. So a lot of people do what's called is chasing the wheelie. And chasing the wheelie is when you're not at balance point and you're just doing like a power wheelie forward, and people end up doing this, they end up going really fast and then they end up looping after because it drops back and then they don't know what to do with it. So when you start, you don't want to power wheelie or chase the wheelie. You want to get it up to the balance point right away within like the first foot or 2 feet. So I'm going to demonstrate what you don't want to do. This is what everyone does and what you don't want to do. You don't want to chase the wheelie and do this. Now, I promise you, you don't want to do that. All right, so step 1, find a spot. Nice empty lot like this is all you need, all right? Get on your bike. So this is the way I learned. I feel like this is gonna be the best way for you guys to learn. You wanna sit on the very back of the seat, okay? So you're gonna sit almost at the very edge where it's like going into the plastic, no diddy, all right? Keep both feet down, all right? You're gonna push your feet down, and when I pop it up, you're gonna see that I'm gonna be dragging my feet. And the reason why you want both feet down, because that's basically gonna be your training wheels and what's gonna allow you to have like that more of that stability and not gonna feel like the bike's tipping over, okay? Sit all the way back, both feet down. You're gonna wanna throttle up, get it to the balance point with that first foot. And once it comes up, that's where you'll lightly use the throttle. You won't have to snap it. The initial pickup is gonna be a snap, but once it's actually up at balance point, that's where you can actually start feathering the throttle and just kind of giving it lightly, and then you'll start to, go back and forth with brake throttle, and start learning how to wheelie. So let's just start just with the basics, okay? So the first thing you guys want to do is just get it up to the balance point. So when you first start, you're probably gonna do this. You're gonna do that, right? It's gonna feel scary. It's gonna feel unnatural. You're like, whoa, I don't wanna go any higher than that. It's okay, that's how I was when I first started. But you just gotta gradually get it up to where it needs to be, which this is the balance point. Right there, right there. That's your balance point right there, okay? So that's why I emphasize putting both feet down when you start, because like I said, that's your training wheels, right? So let's just say you over throttle it. This is the worst that's gonna happen. You can either let the bike go, but if you want to let the bike go, I don't recommend that. But what I do recommend is using your brake and stopping yourself, which you're gonna do like this. Boom, see? Your feet are already down. I have the rear brake locked, and you just let go, cut the throttle, right? Everyone makes that mistake of just holding on to the throttle, holding on to the bike, and then they start Supermaning. You don't want to do that. All right, so let's go back. Okay, so this is how you start. Find a power mode you want to be in, sit in the back, right? Put both feet down, let your feet drag. A lot of times I see people doing this and they start picking up their feet like this or skipping their feet. No, 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 you want to push your feet down, push your heels or your toes down and let your actual feet just slide, okay? So let me go ahead and demonstrate. Boom. And then you just lightly throttle it. Lightly throttle. And right now, believe it or not, I'm barely using any brake. Like right now, it's just all throttle and balance point. Look, you see my finger? Look, I'm not even holding the brake, which I'm not telling you guys to go and do, right? But eventually you'll see that having both feet down, you don't even have to really apply brake because your feet are like your support, right? I only have to apply brake if I really come back. That's where I have to use brake. And you don't have to use a lot of brake. A lot of these e-motos come with very, very, very good brakes. I mean, these Serpent's brakes are actually really, really good. There's some other e-motos. But most e-motos that I've ridden, Talarias, XXXs, like e-rides, the stock brakes are enough for you to go out and learn. What you can do if you want to spice them up a little bit is upgrade your pad, upgrade your rotors. But that's another topic for another video. So let's show that again, okay? Sit all the way back, both feet down, pop it up within that first foot or 2 feet, right? You want to get it up right away so you're not chasing and doing a power wheelie. And then once you get it up to that balance point, you got to remember that you're only going to use light throttle and you're going to be light on the brake, because if you use too much throttle, then you're going to want to, it's going to feel like it's going to loop on you. And if you use too much brake, it's just going to slam on you, right? So let's demonstrate it one more time. Nice and easy, right? My feet are dragging. I'm just lightly giving it throttle, just letting the wheel kind of stay in that spot, which is the balance point, over and over again. Look, back and forth, back and forth. And when you have both feet down, it'll allow you to start maneuvering the bike which way you want it to go. Obviously, right now I'm kind of doing circles, okay? So once you apply those steps and you start getting comfortable with both feet down, you're able to do circles, you're able to hold it up for a long distance. Now you can transition to only having 1 foot down, okay? Which is basically the same steps I taught you. But when you have 1 foot down, I noticed that you're gonna have to be deeper into the balance point, which is gonna be good for you because it's gonna teach you more brake control, more balance point control, and then it's just gonna allow you to get to the next step, which we'll go forward right now. So let's go ahead and show you how to do it with 1 foot. So sit back, right? Same thing, throttle it up right away and just feather it, okay? And once you're here, you're basically wheeling, all right? You're right there, okay? Light throttles. You see I'm just doing light throttles, all right? Let's do that again. Sit back, pop it up nice and easy, get it to that balance point right away, and you can just lightly be, you can be light with the throttle, real nice and light. You're gonna do nothing crazy, okay? Boom, all right? That's learning with 1 foot down. Once you feel comfortable and you're like, all right, I got it. I can do it with 2 feet down. I can do it with 1 foot down. Now I want a wheelie, right? 2 feet up. You take everything that I've shown you and you apply it. And I highly recommend that you do this somewhere in an open lot, like I said, like somewhere like this, or in your neighborhood or at a park, but you start off at slower speeds. A lot of people already starting to, like, they want to be rolling at 10, 15 mile an hour and then pop it up and learn like that. I mean, it is effective for some people and they do learn like that, but if you're a little bit more timid and this is something that's, how do you say, what's another word for intimidated?
Boy, if you don't get...
That's right, I'll just say intimidated. Okay. So if you feel like you're a little bit more on the intimidated, oh my God. I can't even say the word right now. Intimidated. I can't say the word right now. What the fuck is going on? I can't say intimidated right now. What the hell? I guess I don't even know how I can. If you feel like you're more timid and you need an open lot like this, that's totally fine. Start at that slower speed, okay? So look, we learned with both feet down, we learned with 1 foot up, or 1 feet down. Now we're gonna learn with both feet up. Just apply the same thing. A nice little small 1 to 3 mile an hour roll. pop it up. Oh my God, there's that again. So 2 feet, same thing. Just get it up to that balance point and feather the throttle, feather the brake. I gotta turn our hair, someone put it down. Then you put your foot up. Put your foot down. Putting your foot down is nice when you're doing circles like this. Because then you can really just like angle it all you want. Just like that, and we'll go straight. And when you draw back, it really allows the bike to be controlled a lot more. If you have the bike anywhere lower than the balance point, then yes, the bike's gonna feel like it's gonna tip over to one side or the other, and it doesn't feel like you have much control. So I will say, when you're learning, dropping back is actually your friend. It's not your enemy. So get comfortable with your brakes, be nice and light with the throttle, and try to be in that balance point where you're sitting further back, because I promise you that's where you're gonna have more control of the bike, and it's just gonna look cooler because you're gonna be actually winning. So, all right. Guys, that's freaking it.
That's fine.
You guys learn how to work. Hope you guys did all the steps and everything I just shown you guys, everything I just explained to you guys. I hope you guys apply it. I hope you guys go outside and you guys get a bike and you guys get to it. Hope you guys like this video. Comment, like, subscribe. I'm out. Bye.